Hello, e-wrestling news. This is Sean Hiron with your NXT review for July 1st, and happy Canada Day to all my Canadian listeners out there. Let's just get right into it. So it starts off with a vignette for the main event, which is Rhino and Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, which turns out to be a pretty good main event. Anyways, first match we get is Vaudevillains versus the Mechanics. Vaudevillains get some new music. It sounds all right. Faint put up your Dukes chant right off the bat. Vaudevillains get some double team moves. Then that was Manly chant. Mechanics take over for offense for a little bit, and Gotch gets the win with the Whirly Dervish. This was pretty much a overglorified squash match, and it leads to something a little later in the show. Next thing after that is backstage with Becky Lynch. She's out with a hip injury for a few weeks, so I guess we won't see her for a little bit. I don't know if she's going to make the next set of tapings or not. Let's hope she does, because she's honestly a shining light in that Divas division. That then cuts to our match number 2 with our pal Baron Corbin versus Tucker Knight. He's a local jobber, I guess. Tucker looks like a cross between Rusev and Bull Dempsey. This is a quick squash match. Corbin tries out a new facebuster. It's like an inverted chokeslam facebuster. Then end of days. Over quick squash match. I really want to see some more development with Baron Corbin. Hopefully they'll do something with him. After that, we get a backstage segment with the Vaudevillains and Cass and Amore. Regal says they'll be facing each other for the number 1 contendership next week. So that's what the whole squash was at the beginning, just to get the Vaudevillains a little more on par with Cass and Amore. Then cuts to a Part 3 documentary with Finn Balor. Sami Zayn's looking at some of Finn's fan art that he gets submitted. Sami Zayn I can't shake the image that Sami Zayn looks like a fit Seth Rogen with that hat on. Other than that, it's showing Finn doing some moves in the ring, talks about how he got his name Finn Balor, shows how Triple H taught him some camera angles, where to look, where not to look, etc. Shows him in Ireland, some demon spots, some Japan spots, and feeds into a promo for their match in Japan. It was good. It was a little long. Like I said before, they should have just put this on the WWE Network as a whole thing, which they actually are on Friday, so you can take a look at the whole thing if you missed it. It's all good. It'll be really good as one big promo package. It should be about half an hour long. After that, we get Eva showing off her wrestling skills in a video. She has improved so much. You really need to give her at least one chance. I hope the NXT crowd doesn't destroy her when she has her first match. I really want to see her succeed at this point, especially since Kendrick was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the mid-2000s, so I'm really rooting for her. That leads to match number 3, Emma with Dana Brooke at her side versus Carmella. Carmella comes out and she's still awful on the mic. Right off the beginning of the match, we get a "We love Emma, Emma sucks" chant. Starts off with some technical groundwork with the two girls, some back and forth. Emma has a bit of a risque humping leg lock move. Carmella comes back with some strikes and kicks. Then Emma with her bridge chin lock. Again, looks kind of risque, but it was a kind of a throwaway match. It wasn't anything special. Did highlight Emma. She really should be on the main roster, but oh well. Goes backstage with Bull Dempsey. He's trying to break a vending machine with a chair because he wanted to get some pistachios. Fair enough. Regal comes in and stops him. Tells him same thing before. Tells him to kind of clean up his act. He did some weird stuff. He licked some chocolate off of Bull's face. That was kind of weird, but I'm actually curious to see where this leads to. I hope Bull does something with this. Goes to another backstage from last week with Jason Jordan and Gable. I'm assuming we're going to see Gable debut somewhat soon, either at the next NXT live event or in the next couple weeks. That leads to match number 4, Tyler Breeze versus Ty Dillinger. My man Ty Dillinger from Canada. I guess Breeze is from Canada too. So Breeze lays on the ropes to mock him. Ty gets a little bit of offense and then mocks Breeze. We get some Ty is perfect chants as well as some perfect 10 chants, which is awesome. He's getting some real heat now, good heat. Good back and forth with both of them, and then a quick beauty shot. It's too bad this was a squash match. If they got an extra 10 minutes, this would have been a good match. Ty's really catching fire, and they need to capitalize and bring his gimmick to TV at this point. He's almost like the Cesaro of the NXT right now. Because, NXT is a bit of a different place. I'm assuming Ty is going to get his time eventually. There's probably just, with Owens here still, and Joe and Balor, once those guys kind of move up or move on, then Ty will get his chance. Then cuts to a backstage segment with Dana and Eva. Sasha comes in. Dana's awful on the mic still, needs so much more work. And apparently they're going to have a tag match between Emma and Dana and Sasha and a partner unknown. I'm assuming that's going to be next week. Then that cuts to our main event. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe versus Owens and Rhino. It's a pretty good match. Samoa Joe and Rhino start off. Joe gets some offense. Tag into Finn and Owens. Owens takes control. Cuts to a Japan commercial. When we get back, same guys in the ring. Owens has control. Tag to Rhino. Rhino does a 20-second holding suplex to Finn Balor while he's doing some squats. So that was pretty impressive for that guy. Owens is back in, taunts Joe, does the 5-knuckle shuffle on Balor, follows up with an AA attempt, Balor counters. Joe and Rhino both get in the ring, Joe gets the offense. Owens gets back in, Joe takes him down, tags in Balor. Owens pop-up powerbomb, Samoa Joe. Then he super kicks Finn. Finn follows up with a switchblade. Then Rhino tries to gore Finn and hits Owens. Finn drop kicks Rhino into Owens, and then another just to Owens. Coup de grace to Owens and pins him. It was actually a really good final sequence. The match was a little short. Everyone got in a little bit of offense. Joe looked really good, much better than last week when he was, or the week before when he was just completely out of breath. That's probably because it was a tag match. I think he just needs a little bit of time here before he starts shining again. Anyways, it was a good follow-up to our Japan show, which is going to be on Saturday. Finn Balor versus Owens, 5:30 a.m. I believe that's Central Time. So set your alarm clocks. If not, it's a WWE Network. Watch it later. It's going to be a good match. We also get to see Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston, Chris Jericho, and Neville. So I would absolutely recommend it. This NXT show, I give a 3 out of 5. And I will see you guys next week.